welcome to the second part of your reading. All right, look at that first card there. You know that natural pull that you have? You don't have to do much. It's this effortless kind of beauty, effortless style. It pulls people in. Well, now you have Mars and Venus adding to that. So a little bit of the heart on the sleeve, a little heartbreak in the smile, a little more aggressive than usual when it comes to expressing your likes and dislikes. And we keep it there. If we relegate it to the romantic area of your life, fantastic. But as soon as it seeps into other aspects of your life, it can become super high maintenance or hypercritical. Now, it's really easy for you to take this energy of Mars and Venus and overstep. It's possible that something you meant to say in the most innocent way ends up being super offensive. You can, in fact, at this time, destroy relationships, put yourself back 10 steps by using the wrong tone. If you're demanding of something that you have no right to be demanding of, things get very messy, okay? King of Cups says, be open to receiving, not necessary to go that extra step and demand what you want. As long as your heart is open to receiving, things move smoothly. Queen of Cups, be open to giving just as much as you are to receiving. So if what you want is to be out here, seductive, beautiful, meeting new people, then when they pay attention back to you, right, reciprocate it. You have a tendency that once you know that someone is on the hook, that you back off or you get bored or, okay, well, the challenge is over, right? Now, what we don't want to do is let our insecurities run August. So the more insecure you feel, the more you will want to demand perfection or demand whatever it is that you want from the people around you. So every time you start to feel or you can see in the reflection of others, wait a minute, I'm being super demanding right now, you need to pull back and think about what insecurity is triggering internally, what insecurity is triggering this external need for control. Now, Saturn is retrograde. And the Hanged Man there is the perfect indication of how you start the month feeling all this power, and then Saturn retrograde is like, wait, I'm still here and I'm still retrograde and I'm hitting the brakes on all this. So we go from the King of Cups to the Page of Cups. We are slowing down. We are in some ways, if we are not careful, if we do not devote ourselves to work and kind of get lost in it, if we insist on having our way, we can put ourselves into a situation just on our own that we cannot get out of, okay? So you may feel by the second week or the middle of the second week of August like you have been trapped into a prison of your own making. And now you don't know how to talk your way out, because when you try to talk your way out of it, you're even more harsh without meaning to be. You're telling way too many truths, and it ends up causing some big breaks in your life. Those retrogrades, they want you to start over, but starting over does not mean that we burn existing bridges. Okay, you may need a revamp. These retrogrades will help you with that, but that does not necessarily translate to destroying the connections that you already have, that you've nurtured, that you've maintained over, some of them, quite a long period of time. Now, when it comes to work, learning a new skill or admitting to yourself that there is room for you to do something new, learn something new that can add to what you already do, add to your existing skill set, that's perfect. If you get on that road of learning new skills, that Queen of Pentacles energy just opens up for you. And you will find that the rest of the year goes very smoothly when it comes to finances. But if your ego takes over, you don't need to learn anything new because you already know and you know exactly what to do, and there's no room in your field for you to learn anything. You're certainly too old to get more of an education. If you start going down any of these roads, it is very easy to get stuck in a bit of a time warp where you begin to regret things that you didn't do. You don't do it now, and you look back on it 3 or 4 years from now and think, oh, damn it, if I had just done that thing, I could have been so much better off financially, emotionally, and just in terms of my personal power, okay? Now, those of you who decide that you're going to put your pride, your ego to the side, you're going to learn a new skill, you jump right over these precarious moments, you jump right over this self-sabotage, and we get to the Three of Pentacles. We have Venus in Virgo until the 16th. You also have Mercury from the 11th to the 30th. After the 16th, it is very important for you to focus on money. Before the 16th, it's important for you to focus on your relationships with others, especially when it comes to your dialogue with them. It's not about how much you love them or don't love them. We know you love them. But the way you talk sometimes is crazy. And it's very hard for people to believe that you love them when the words coming out of your mouth don't match the energy of your actions. They know by the energy of your actions that you love them, but words are very powerful. And unfortunately, people tend to put a higher value on what you say to them than even what you do for them. This is a dilemma for Virgo that comes up for Virgos all the time. Why does it matter what I'm saying? I'm doing everything to show I'm more of a, excuse me, I'm gonna drink some water. I'm more of a doer, you'll say, right? But you have to understand, people lead with their emotions. They don't lead with their thoughts. They're not being analytical. All they know is how you make them feel. You can do 10 things for someone that show them that you care. But if what's coming out of your mouth while you do them is you're not good enough, they're not going to appreciate any one of those things. You've wasted all that effort and you've created bad feeling with someone that you essentially did a lot for. Why? Why shoot yourself in the foot that way? Okay? Now, here, the Death card represents that freedom that you're looking for, that way to break out of this situation that you've created, whether it's with one person, whether it's work, whether it's a relationship, you're looking for a way out. Some of you actually have led someone down this primrose path, making them think that they were either going to reconnect with you, get back together with you, rekindle a friendship with you, that you would give them a job again, or that you would take their job again, take the offer they made you. And you get to the end of August and you want to run from all of those expectations because you realize at the end of August that you don't want to do all those things. And they realize it too. So now it's time to go, go, go. Your freedom lies, this rebirth here is all about being quiet and listening. If you, at the end of August, can turn off your opinions and your thoughts and become super receptive to what other people are trying to tell you and show you, the benefit you will get from this, the progress you are able to make, the money you are able to attract is astounding. Because it is only so often that you decide, I'm going to put my mind to the side and I'm really going to listen to what other people say. This is one of those times. If you allow the people you love and trust to tell you what they really think about what's going on with you right now, you stand only to gain from that. So remember that. The overarching theme here is ego. If you put your ego aside, you can wear your heart on your sleeve and be vulnerable and really utilize Venus's energy. If you put your ego aside and treat people with compassion instead of criticizing some things that are super obvious that no one should criticize because we can all see it and it's in poor taste, or criticizing things that are deep seated that no one should be observing about you because it's none of their business, so it's also in poor taste. So if you can leave those aspects of the ego behind that say, I know everything, I don't need to know anything else, the month flies by. But as soon as you get into the you can't tell me nothing bag, everything starts to go upside down, everything goes sideways, and it is incredibly disheartening for you because it affects your morale, which will affect your self-esteem, which will then make you even more acerbic, and we just don't want to feed that downward spiral. Okay, so what do we do to avoid this? We do the exact opposite. Listen to people, trust them, don't say anything, observe, absorb, right? Analyze. But this has got to stop. This is almost like a compulsion. You got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing this, especially because you're going to have a tendency in August to want to accuse people or criticize people as if they've done something, when really all they've done is not do things the way you wanted them to. Now, you have to make a distinction there. Just because someone doesn't do something the way you want them to do it doesn't make them wrong and make you right. It just means that you have a preference that they chose not to follow. It doesn't objectively make you right. But if you behave as if it does and you speak from that place, things get super messy and it will affect your money. It can affect your friendships. It certainly can affect your work relationships. Okay? So the burning of bridges is just not something we want to do. We want to keep those bridges intact because we don't know when we'll want to walk back over them again. All right? Now, we are going to, in the extended, take a look at the archetypal energy of every one of these major arcana cards, not just, for example, how are you dealing with a Taurus? We'll also do that, but also how are we dealing with this energy of accumulating wealth? We'll go through the entire deck in the extended. The extendeds are about 30 minutes long right now because I've started doing it differently. I actually really like it. So that extended you can find, as always, on Vimeo, but you can also find it on Patreon. Now on Patreon, the first part of this video has been up for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. The second part also has been up. This one will go up, and the extended. If you subscribe to the Virgo or the Virgo plus the Za tier, you will get all of those videos early, and they just pop up as a notification on your phone. Now, what is the Za? So Virgo plus the Za tier is all our lives on Instagram. The live walks, the live readings, the pep talks, all of that goes in the Virgo plus the Za tier. All right, so that is the extended. Now, if you are interested in a recorded personal reading, that you can find through the Cameo link below. If you are interested in a look at the astrological transits of the day and how they affect your sun, moon, and rising, there is an Instagram link below to come join the Rev Fam at The Quietest Revolution and take a look at your daily horoscope. And last but not least, if you like these rings or these bracelets, these are available through Quietest Revolution Rings, and there is a link to the Instagram below where you can see Rev Fam rocking the rings. This is the Empress and this is the World. And there is a link below, a direct link where you can also purchase those rings. And you can find all of this and more at ambercon.com. All right, Virgo, I love you, love you. Happy early season. Your Virgo season full moon satsang, where we do question answer over Zoom, is up. The link, the Eventbrite link for that is up as well, and that will be below. Love you, love you, love you. I will see you in the extended right now.